I sent you the text
You're
messages.
saying that
Go
I
ahead and open
wasted my
text
entire
messages.
afternoon and I wasted even more money because of this?
No. We will give you back the refund for $30,000.
Oh, thank God.
We just need to make one duplicate charge.
A little bit more than $30,000.
It will be $10,000.
We're now a week or so into the story, and Sam and his friends haven't gotten anything from me. He constantly calls and texts Susan, begging for gift cards, and this quickly has turned into what might be the most desperate scammer I've ever met. There are dozens of absolutely insane situations that have happened over the past handful of months, including one of the most recent texts I received claiming that his house is burned down and he needs money. I'm working on another video that highlights all these goofy moments, but if there's one thing I've learned from this, it's that scammers want gift cards, not bathtubs. For audio-only calls, check out podcast.kitbogashow.com, and as always, I hope you had a chance to laugh and learn something. Know that you matter. Bye.
Thank you for calling. To speak to a representative, please press 0. Please hold while we connect your call to extension 0.
Oh yeah.
Hello?
Well, that one's ruined, so I'm gonna call another number really quick. Wow, what a good day today. He definitely heard me say that. 100%. 110% heard me say that. So, alright, on to the next one.
Hello? Good morning. Hello?
Yes?
You called me and left a voicemail.
Yes, ma'am. We have given a voicemail about the refund. Do you remember you have made a payment for your computer services and maintenance last time?
What's up with everyone just answering hello?
Yes, I think so.
Do you remember? Yes. So that is why, ma'am, you are getting the on your computer. So that is a corrupted services which is not working. So we have to remove that services. That is why you need to just go ahead and be in front of the computer, okay? I'm holding the line for you, and once you put After
done.
that, N is in Nancy.
Currently P1 after qualifying.
Okay, hold on.
Y is...
You're going very fast.
Okay. So what did you type? Can you confirm?
www.a.
After that, N is in Nancy.
Okay.
After that, Y is in Yankee.
Okay. Like Yankee Doodle, you're talking about.
Until restart.
Yes.
It's very loud where you work today.
Yes, just confirm the number.
Okay, ready? I was just writing it down, sorry. I had to write it down.
Okay.
Alright. It's 675.
Number, do you see set password for unattended access?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, give a click on that.
Okay.
And once you give a click on that, what do you see?
Okay, it says user interface, security, privacy,
Yeah, give a click on
display,
security.
audio,
Give a click on
connection,
security.
file transfer, recording, printer,
Man,
license
give a click on
key,
security.
about any desk.
Give a click on security.
Okay.
And now once you give a click on security, what came up?
about half a second. It says, okay.
No, you. Oh. Oh. No, you hang up.
Announcement. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me, ma'am?
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Alex here. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Good run out there.
Okay,
We
now
finished
tell me what
P8.
you exactly see on your computer screen.
Now, I typed in Apple 1234 and I clicked apply. So it just says security.
Okay. And after you click on apply, what you can
Charlie.
see.
It says settings, user interface, security, privacy, display,
मैं वहाँ पे internet
Audio.
में है ना internet.
what?
Just hold on.
What did you say?
Your ID is 674.
This episode of the Y-Files is brought to you by PDS Debt. On December 16th, 1999, three things happened in Old K's office. His pencil levitated, his coffee froze solid, and the woman
After
sitting
plummeting
across
out of
from
the
him
corkscrew,
wasn't
keep your
human.
speed up, or
Old K
potentially
built
lose
his
track
career
position to your
debunking
competition.
every alien story, every paranormal claim, every supernatural sighting. He'd seen every trick, he knew every technique. His articles had ruined careers and earned him a reputation as a tough professional skeptic. But now his pencil was floating above his desk. The being across from him called herself Lacerda. She told him how humanity was created, and how it would end, and she could prove it. The world's most notorious UFO skeptic was about to understand why some stories can't be debunked.
Human, quick! It's an emergency! Code Goldenrod! I repeat, code Goldenrod!
Code Goldenrod. Hang on, I have to look that one up.
Oh, for crying out loud. It was in Tuesday's security briefing. You really need to work in your trade craft. Goldenrod means financial emergency.
What happened now?
Well, remember that little growing operation I had in your garage? My blow-up-is garden?
That alien plant that you used to relax?
It's medicinal blow-up-is. Anyway, I spent all my money on a hydroponic system. Then the Men in Black showed up.
The actual Men in Black?
Well, they were wearing black suits. They might have been the HOA board, but they confiscated everything. And now they're sending me a dry cleaning bill.
Dry cleaning bill? Why?
Well, Gertie had an allergic reaction to the blow-up-is and
30
sneezed
seconds.
all over them. Do you know how much it costs to remove camel mucus from Italian suits? No, it's not your fault, baby. It's not you. Who knew you were allergic to alien flora? Now I'm drowning in debt, and Gertie's almost out of hump lotion.
Please stop giving me details and just call PDS Dad.
Oh, did you just lick and roll your way into today's sponsor?
Why, yes, I did. Many of us will get deeper into debt during the holidays. Last year, half of American consumers took on debt just to pay for the holidays. It's never too early to start planning to get out, and PDS Debt can help you with a personalized solution just for you. PDS Debt offers customized options for anyone struggling with a lot of monthly debt payments, credit cards, personal loans, collections, even medical bills. They provide a service to match you with debt solutions tailored to your financial situation. Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies. There's no minimum credit score required, bad and fair credit accepted. You can save more while paying off your debt in a fraction of the time. And PDS Debt is offering our qualified viewers a free debt analysis. It only takes 30 seconds to complete their online assessment. Just head over to pdsdebt.com/files.
pdsdebt.com/files.
You got it.
All right, now we gotta track down our security leak. Someone spilled the beans and I was growing blow-up-is.
Yeah, there's no security leak. The whole neighborhood could smell your, garden.
Oh, what can I tell you? Blow-up-is, it's good shit.
Arrived early to set up his equipment. One camera, one tape recorder. That's all Lacerda allowed. Every hoaxer had rules. He didn't argue, he figured he'd be out in an hour. The story was obviously fake. Lacerda claimed to be from a race of beings living deep within the earth.
Listen.
Some say they're shapeshifters. They don't change shape, they change the way the human brain sees them.
Listen.
They're highly evolved and intelligent with extremely advanced technology. They also She's 20 years old. says the evidence of these earlier versions is all around us. Archaeologists say the Great Pyramid base was built around the late 500s. Absurd on the breeze. The Egyptians didn't build the pyramids when they found them. The Great Pyramid was built 75,000 years ago. The fifth version of that. The underground ruins near Memphis were built 16,000 years ago in the sixth version. Perfect angles cut into massive stone blocks using techniques we only mastered in the last century. The illegitimate accelerator evolved into the Tern, Lacerda's ancestors. Before the extinction event, iguanodons were evolving to walk on two legs, and they were evolving an opposable thumb.
Your human scientists today see the iridium concentration in the ground as an evidence for an asteroid impact that killed the dinosaurs. That is not true. But how should you know that?
Modern militaries are trying to recreate copper fusion technology, but Lacerda says they're following blueprints they don't understand. The process requires a deeper knowledge, not just of physics, but of biology. Because the real power of copper fusion isn't just about manipulating matter. It's about manipulating human consciousness. During the second interview with OK, Lacerda demonstrated the Tern's psychic abilities. First, telekinesis. Lacerda held out her hand. His hot coffee froze instantly. A pencil rose from the table. OK was stunned.
This isn't magic. It's biology. We are able to use telepathy and telekinesis from our birth. The structure of our brain is a little bit different and more active than yours, especially when we are in sunlight. When we are on the surface and we meet human beings, we are able to touch their mind and induce them via telepathy the command, "See us as one of your kind," and the weak human mind will accept this order without refusing, and they will see us, despite our reptilian look, as normal humans.
Wait, lizard people could be anywhere. Look at all humany.
They could be.
The most important thing in our lives is, before we have come to this world in general, not only on New Year's Eve, but basically every day.
I knew it. They're the Illuminati.
The Tern are not the Illuminati.
Okay. Ugh.
Different reptilians are. Lacerda's people avoid humans, but another reptilian race controls Earth. If you know David Icke's work, her story confirms a lot of it. Icke said that a race of shape-shifting reptilians from the Draco star system has infiltrated the world's power structures.
Say that the people that actually live on the island are part of this. There are people, there's a network on the island that are...
Big time. The Isle of Wight is a beautiful place, and if you pick up the higher levels, the vibrational levels of it, it's a very
Running
pleasant
counterclockwise here at Hakone is
But my
very
goodness
fast
me,
through the
there
first
is
two
a
sweeping
network
turns with
of
those sublime mountains around you.
Freemasons,
Keep your
Satanists,
speed
and
consistent
pedophiles
hitting those
that run
inside
this island.
apexes.
They run its government,
The government, everything.
They're disguised as leaders in finance, media, and politics. They manipulate global events, steering us toward a world government.
This is common knowledge.
Icke says they operate on the moon, an artificial base built by ancient aliens.
Hollow moon link down in your bento box.
The moon broadcasts frequencies that create negative emotions. The reptilians feed on this.
Humans or lizard people lunch episode. Link down in your, I got nothing.
Yeah, I've covered bits and pieces of Icke's work here and there, but he needs his own episode. He has a lot of interesting theories.
Thanks.
Now, if you want to see that, let me know. All right, where we at?
The lizard lady was throwing pencils around and manipulating you weak-minded humans.
Right. Old K sees Lacerda's true form only because she allows it. She normally appears as an attractive brunette.
What? Nobody wants to appear as a chunky ginger.
Be nice. Lacerda says that humans have these same abilities, but the Illogym suppress them, and some governments are aware of this. The Pentagon's ESP research wasn't just about human psychics. They studied sites where magnetic field fluctuations altered children's brainwaves. The classified report concluded the Illogym left something in human DNA, and whatever it is, it's waking up. Earth's magnetic North Pole is moving faster than ever recorded, about 35 miles per year. The world magnetic model can't keep up, and scientists don't fully understand why. Lacerda says these disturbances are part of the Illogym's plan. They built triggers into human DNA, programming that activates under specific conditions. The shifting magnetic field affects human consciousness.
The Illogym didn't just want workers, they wanted weapons. Living weapons that would evolve exactly as planned. Your rapid technological advancement wasn't an accident. It was programmed into your DNA.
3 alien species are coming for Earth. One needs human genetics, another one's hydrogen from our oceans, and the third one's copper for weapons. The Illogym engineered us to defeat them all.
Your creators didn't just give you intelligence, they gave you aggression.
Track temps can reach over 130 degrees here on a hot, humid
built
day,
you to fight.
which may reduce
The
your
seventh
tire's grip
version
around this
wasn't their
road
final
course during the
creation.
race.
It was their first successful prototype.
So the Ilium aren't coming to destroy humanity. They're coming to complete what they started. The question isn't whether we'll survive, it's whether we'll still be human when they're done. Read anything that Graham Hancock puts out. Earth's magnetic pole moves between 25 and 35 miles per year, the fastest rate ever recorded. It's definitely happening. Now, I don't think aliens caused it, but if you want nightmares about pole shifts, watch our episode on the Adam and Eve story.
Adam and Eve nightmare fuel link down in your honey hole.
Now, read the transcripts. It's either scientific genius or nonsense, and I'm not smart enough to tell. It's full of terms like quantum technology for bubble walking in the omniverse, and reptilian parathalamus matter interaction.
Who wrote this thing, Terrence Howard?
Please don't say that. He watches this channel. Now, the biggest problem with the Lacerda story is that old K's identity has never been confirmed. He's called K after Tommy Lee Jones's character from The Men in Black.
Here come the Men in Black, the Galaxy Defenders.
True or not, the Lacerda is a fun read. Now, so far, there's no documented proof of contact with non-human intelligence. Every year we get teased about disclosure, but I won't hold my breath. I think we've had contact, but I don't think they're going to tell us. And you've heard me say that I don't think UFOs are from another planet. If you look at the ancient structures underground, the patterns in our history, the anomalies in our DNA, the evidence doesn't point to something from another world. It points to something that never left. Thank you so much for hanging out today. My name is AJ, that's Egglefish. This has been the Y-Files. If you had fun or learned anything, do him a favor, subscribe, comment, like, share. It doesn't take much effort, but that stuff really helps. And like most topics we cover here on the channel, today's was recommended by you. So if there's a story you'd like to see or learn more about, go to the Y-Files.
It's December 3rd already. I mean, January 3rd, because December's gone.
We'll never have it back.
I was thinking about how it's like, no, stop time. You have to stop time for a couple of weeks. I need time to just be on hold for a little while because it's moving way too fast and things are on fire, as evidenced by the nonsense section. But also we have robots, so we'll talk about robots and nonsense.
Well, one thing that may be not moving quite as fast is the rate of AI advancement. Seems like they're hitting some slowdowns, but we did get a new contender which claims to be able to do what the big guys do without all the corporate requirements.
It's legit.
It does have, there's a catch there.
DeepSeek's new AI model appears to be one of the best open challengers yet. It's like 317 billion parameters. It's a mixture of experts, It was a little rocky of a start getting on Ollama because of the model architecture, but it goes toe-to-toe with GPT-4o and Claude 3.5. It's very impressive for a model.
And open, but the catch is it is Chinese, which means it had to go through the Chinese government safeguards, which means that it won't discuss certain things like a particular square.
Nope.
And OpenAI is looking to branch out into something other than LLMs, and they are getting into the business that a lot of other people have already tried, and no one's really done a great one yet.
OpenAI launches its own humanoid robots, what you need to know. I've seen some of the Tesla robots, like I didn't know if that was a meme or those are real or what, but some of those are looking really impressive.
I don't think they actually have a physical model for this one yet, but they're going to throw some money at it. They previously had one of these and they gave up on it.
They had I think it was Mercedes. It's been over a year ago. The ones that Mercedes and Nvidia, I think it was Mercedes, had the ones that could move boxes. All they did, they were bipedal, and they would just pick boxes and move boxes, like warehouse type stuff.
Isn't that the one that moved the car parts in the video?
Yeah. Those were surprisingly effective, and if they're cheap to manufacture, they're going to take over a lot of jobs, like a lot. And I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing.
Well, they don't just have to manufacture them, they got to train them. You got to teach them how the world works because they're stupid. They don't know anything. And that takes a lot of time, as we've learned from artificial intelligence models, but maybe not as much as we thought.
New physics sim trains robots 430 times faster than reality. This is the other missing thing from NVIDIA's digital twin scenarios. And so now you're doing very advanced physical training in a digital twin type scenario. You just model everything, send it through the training model, and then when it's hooked up to real life, it works. And NVIDIA was showing this last year at GTC as well for manufacturing, and it was very competent then. This is just the icing on top. I mean, this is a lot of work, but this is where we're headed. Literally simulating reality, because reality is too slow.
Now, when you put this much money into something like AI, you want some kind of return on investment. And what if people don't like your AI? What if they like the other AI more? Maybe some people are just like, you know what, I don't want this in my life. Well, if you're Microsoft, that is entirely unacceptable.
The Wall Street Journal's headline is Microsoft is forcing its AI assistant on people and making them pay. This is what I was talking about in the government section, but there are a couple of international companies that had the EU pricing and had the US pricing, and it's like, wait a minute, the price that you're raising Office 365 with everything is the same as what you were charging us for Office 365 plus Copilot before. Now we just can't choose not to have Copilot. We have to have Copilot, and the price has gone up. This is not acceptable, Microsoft. Come on, what are you doing?
We're making money.
We're going to make money with or without your help.
And it's not just new companies and established companies who are taking advantage of AI, but also obsolete companies being resurrected by new technology.
Encyclopedia Britannica is now an AI company. A 200-year-old company may soon go public on the back of AI-powered education products. As much money as they have spent commissioning original works, this could actually work. I would, like Wikipedia, an AI that is trained on the collective knowledge of everything that Britannica has ever done, could be useful.
But will it be more useful than what we have now? Because how easy and how cheap is it going to be to take the next step?
AutoGPT is OpenAI's GPT-5 an ambitious leap or a costly misstep? So this article is talking about like the walls. Like, have we hit the wall with large language models? We don't have enough input text. Like, we're going to have to do something to make the training more useful and laser focused. Or not.
They claim to have inside information that GPT-5 is actually running way slower in training than they predicted. Like, they thought it was going to take a long time. It's taking way longer than they ever thought. So, can they survive like a 2-3 year cycle in this business?
Maybe, maybe not. Can they break the model down so that they can do even more parallelization? Who knows?
One thing's for sure, even if AI doesn't work good enough, it's not going to stop businesses from using it. And using it in ways that could be catastrophic for certain lives.
Arizona is getting an online charter school taught entirely by AI. Every time I see one of these things, I think that actually, you know, as a kid that was very, very inquisitive to the rumination of all of the adults around him, an AI probably would have been very good for me, but it probably would have been very bad because I wouldn't have understood the hallucination part of it.
What's interesting here is they're talking about this will sort of turbocharge your education into the sciences and stuff. I guess STEM type stuff. They're only going to put you on that stuff for like 2 hours a day, 2.5 hours a day. They're going to focus on all the things, according to these people. Well, they say they're going to do these things, and I say this is everything the public education leaves out, right? Financial literacy, public speaking, goal setting, entrepreneurship, problem solving, critical thinking. It's not a part of anybody's training anymore.
That is really disturbing when you think about it that way. I was even thinking about it in terms of like, I'm not very good at history. Maybe the AI will help tutor me to be a better history student. But also, it's like, I'm really super into math and science. And it's like, great, let's turbocharge your interest in math and science until you don't care about it anymore. It's like, okay, sounds good.
And we know that robots are going to be taking over the roads, they're going to be driving cars, but what we never thought about when it came to the robots driving us around is that robots must inherently, defer to human life. But some of those human lives are terrible. And what do you do when that causes problems?
Robo-taxi riders in San Francisco targeted with a new form of harassment. Mainly people that are walking in the crosswalk where they shouldn't be.
Well, it seems to be more along the lines of sexual harassment, where you see a pretty girl in a robo-taxi, you stand in front of her and you talk to her. And what's she going to do?
The car is just not able to.
Also, people seem to be unsure what to do. There's a helpline that you can call for like Waymo or Cruise or whatever. But people instead seem to call their friends and be like, I'm being stalked. Also, one woman pointed out she was being stalked. She no longer wanted to go to her home because she didn't want them to follow her home. Well, she didn't have any way to follow her either.
So what you're saying is we need a Johnny Cab type solution where there's some sort of thing in the driver's seat that looks like a person so that she's just discouraged.
I think people would pick up on that pretty quickly.
I think it was in the UK. I think there was a study that just having a pair of eyes watching you would cut down on theft. And so just putting like giant googly eyes on the wall, that was sufficient. Just be like.
But there are cameras. I mean, these people are not doing it anonymously, but it doesn't seem to register to them that it's a threat.
Yeah, they might not realize that literally everything on the entire machine is a camera. See also Tesla, Sentry mode, where somebody's just like, oh, let me just mess up this Tesla person's day. And it's like, we have you doing bad things to this car from like 9 different angles.
Well, robots, they are good at certain things, very good at certain things. We can use them to replace certain things, but they don't always get it right. They're not perfect, which is why maybe you don't put your faith in them to the point that you stand under them and have fun.
Emergency heart surgery for a boy after drones fell from the sky at Lake Eola on Saturday night. This is a drone light show. Something went wrong on the drone light show, and they came down over people, and this boy fell on them. It's very bad, very sad story.
On one hand, I want to be like, why would you subject yourself to that? But then I guess, like, people like to go to shows that might have other dangers.
Some of the Chinese drone light shows are incredible.
How about an air show?
Yeah,
an air shows go down.
Yeah.
Human pilots. One of the ways that might have to worry about is not when the drones make mistakes, but when the public gets a hold of this.
The British Army is trialing radio waves to zap drones out of the sky at 13 cents per shot. Yes, the level 1 predicts microwave laser is here.
Well, it's not a laser, though. This is radio frequency.
Well,
laser, they say the laser is too specific. When you're dealing with a drone swarm, you need something more of a shotgun approach.
Well,
so that's what this is.
Don't stand in front of them. You know the story about the person standing in front of the dish and it melting the candy bar in their pocket? Yeah, it's going to be like that.
Most sectors are under enemy
And
control.
here's a terrifying statistic, as we have just had some terrible accidents and air travel. You know, they always say air travel is faster or safer than driving. Right?
Yeah.
Statistically, that is true. Here's a crazy other statistic that's true now.
Wall Street Journal's headline is "Missiles are now the biggest killer of airline passengers," where air defense systems accidentally or on purpose target passenger aircraft and they are damaged. This is, of course, talking about the case of the jetliner that was hit by an anti-aircraft battery, apparently, and while it was flying over Russia, and they flew back to somewhere. They flew across the sea and landed. It's like, wait, well, they crash landed. A lot of people died, but there's a lot of shrapnel damage from the plane. And it's like this was a missile that exploded near the plane.
And also training incidents. A lot of deaths from air travel are now people training to fly fighter planes and stuff.
I can't remember what I was watching, but I was watching a show, and they were interviewing somebody on a Navy ship, and like one of the Navy guns immediately like came to life and moved suddenly and erratically, and then you could see an airplane, like a commercial airplane, and the Navy person sensing alarm, and the interviewer, and it was like, oh yeah, it always tracks all the flights, but don't worry, it's disarmed. It's like the fact that it's just doing that, it's still
those Vulcan cannons. Yeah, those are terrifying. Yeah. They can put out a lot of lead. And this I've not experienced it in flying, but I have experienced it in some other public places where I was shocked how many people were doing this. Why all of a sudden do people think this is okay?
Flying was already the worst, and then Americans stopped using headphones. Yeah, that's not okay.
But people will have conversations on speaker mode in public. Yeah. If I'm on the other end of that conversation, you know how much of a betrayal that is? And we're in the nonsense section now. If you lost some Christmas gifts that didn't arrive on time in the Massachusetts area, it could be because of this person who just simply had enough of being an Amazon driver.
Stressed Amazon driver abandons 80 packages in the Massachusetts woods during a holiday rush shipping. They're just, I can't get it done. I can't get it done. I'm just gonna put these in the forest.
Luckily, it was a deputy who found those and kind of understood what happened there. Took them back to Amazon. Also, they're not pressing any criminal charges for theft or anything. They say this is an internal Amazon HR issue.
Nope, they're good on them. Because he didn't intend to steal, but
it was a dick move.
Yeah, but also the amount of stress that Amazon puts on you for that to happen. Again, you gotta have some human compassion.
Well, not just human compassion, you gotta have compassion for your pets. We all love our pets. But unfortunately, because of the nature of their timelines, we will lose them tragically. Maybe you can put that off now a little bit more.
Scientists explore longevity drugs for dogs that could also extend human life. Basically, let's get your dog where it can live a happy, rich, full life for 100 years.
They're also marketing this as like, listen, let us test this on your dog, and maybe we'll get you this eventually. But there are also some scientists that The Guardian got quotes from who are like, that's insane. We can't do a long enough study for this to make sure that it's safe, so no, we shouldn't do it.
This is going to be another Horse D Wonder story in a couple of years, isn't it?
Well, here's a story of a man who has reached the end of his life, or close to it, and he says he now has dementia. He can't remember anything, and he can't be held responsible for anything he did prior. I think that might be a little bit of a dodge.
Former Abercrombie & Fitch CEO who was charged with sex trafficking has dementia, so just don't bother. It's fine. I'm retired. Don't worry about it.
He's just an sweet old man. Can't be held responsible for international sex trafficking. And this is interesting. I thought Chris would have some interesting ideas about this because she, of course, is a big Lord of the Rings fan, and Amazon has basically destroyed that franchise. What other franchises might they be waiting to destroy?
James Bond battles a new foe, Amazon. So this is, what was this? I think I missed this one.
There is a family who owns James Bond, the IP, the Broccoli family. And there's one woman, she's 81 years old, and no one can make a movie about James Bond without her permission. And so Amazon now has the rights to for the next X number of years. They're trying to work with her, and she's like, no, every idea you have is bad. I hate you. She actually is quoted here saying, these people are effing idiots. So they're dying to make James Bond content, and she won't let them.
Excellent. You know what's out of copyright? Sherlock Holmes. Just pick up Sherlock Holmes and run with it.
He wasn't sexy.
Yeah.
And I love these stories because here's the thing about these stories. If you follow them, these people, when given reality, kind of accept it and then just don't again. It's like, you know what? I like my fantasy even better. I'm going back to that no matter how bad it is.
Woman who warned social media not to fall for Keanu Reeves' romance scam becomes homeless after falling for Keanu Reeves' romance scam.
So she got messaged and someone said, hey, I'm Keanu Reeves. I need a $500 gift card. And she says, I don't believe you. Why would Keanu Reeves need a $500 gift card? So then she got contacted by somebody else who was like, hey, I'm the real Keanu Reeves. I'm sorry that happened to you. They developed a relationship, and then Keanu Reeves said, you know what? I'd like to get together with you, but I'm afraid you're just after my money. I'm going to need a gift card from you.
It's a damn Loch Ness monster.
And she did it.
I'm going to need about $3.50.
And now she is homeless, living in a car.
It's literally the South Park scam.
And here's a fun video. If you haven't seen it yet, a little piece of Russian propaganda, which is pretty heavy-handed.
NATO Santa, quote unquote, shot down over Moscow in apparent Russian propaganda video. So apparently their Santa is blue.
I don't know why their Santa is blue. It's an interesting, different look for Santa. But yeah, Blue Santa here was working with some surface-to-air installations over there in Russia. Detected NATO Santa, and they dealt with it.
Is this? I'm not even sure if this is a threat. I don't know.
Well, a lot of people pointed out it came after the plane just went down from the missile. So, maybe in poor taste. Now, do you remember how amazing it was when Mario came to 3D?
Yeah.
Mario 64, it was a totally different game. No one was ready for it.
I was bad at it too.
Well, apparently you're not alone.
Miyamoto's son was so bad at Super Mario 64, he questioned his parenting. Well, listen, I had an existential crisis because I was so bad at it. Because I was really good at Super Mario Brothers 3, but I was terrible at Super Mario 64. So definite existential crisis trigger.
He notes that he was watching his son play it because, he was looking for play testing, right? He was, let's see what the kids think of this. And his son, there was a hill that you couldn't run up. I remember that game because if you tried to run up too steep a hill, Mario would fall on his stomach and slide back down. And he's like, he was just watching this 12-year-old kid do that over and over and over. And he's like, is my son an idiot?
Yeah. Most kids are. But you have to learn exactly how much of an idiot you are so that you can work around your own limitations.
And you have to be careful about making lifelong commitments when you're young and stupid.
Man with skull tattoo on face laments not being able to find a job. There are some public charities that will help you remove your face tattoos in certain scenarios.
Which this guy's doing, but it turns out kids are in such sensitive areas. Like apparently you can't just blast your tear ducts with lasers. So he also, it was so painful because it was such sensitive parts of his bodies. It caused heart problems from the pain. Interesting. I would argue that removing those is maybe removing an important warning. You know how some snakes are brightly colored? This fella knows about snakes, and he knows about freedom. But it turns out, we all thought that he was with us, and he wasn't until now.
Bald eagle officially declared U.S. national bird of 250 years.
Neat. Joe Biden, finally putting it in. I didn't see, did he already have an existing bird? Was somebody pushed out?
There was a directory of state birds, and I was surprised at some of the birds in some of the states, but I'd have to sit here and think to remember the details.
Well, some people are treating birds in the wrong way, and we should avoid this. Perhaps this was common.
Baby bird found alive in inside of a dead man's stomach after being swallowed during a fertility ritual. The villagers claimed the victim had sought the assistance of the occultist for help with fertility issues.
Latin Times really blowing the headline on this. It wasn't the stomach. The bird was lodged in his throat. That's what killed him.
Enemy tank over there.
Don't eat birds to cure your dysfunctions. And we have a sweeping new trend among animals, which is high-vis clothing.
Chicken gets their own high-vis jacket to help cross the road.
So this is a restaurant that has chickens. I don't know if they eat them. But this chicken apparently loves following people who are leaving the restaurant and just like tagging along with them for long distances.
So like cats at the local KFC.
Yeah. And they were worried about it, so here's the solution.
You can, a lot of these chickens are smarter than people realize. They are trainable, some of them. Some of them are as dumb as a post, but some of them are smart.
Do any of them get face tattoos?
No.
And here's a something that if you grew up when we did, this was a big movie, such a big hit, and they didn't really ever repeat this kind of movie. But one of the actors turns out lived to be a very old man.
Bert, the beloved crocodile from Crocodile Dundee, dies at over 90 years old, often described as a puppy with very sharp teeth.
He moved to a shelter, or like a preserve, after his acting career was over. And they had some quotes from them there, and they were like, yeah, Bert can be difficult. But that's why we loved him. So I get the impression that here's a picture of him.
He looks like he's lost most of his teeth.
Yeah, the teeth are missing, huh? Think he just gummed his food?
Probably.
Whoever we were just playing,
Could they regrow teeth? That's sharks, I guess. Now, I think this is a different one. I remember the one we looked at before was like the green day glow, right?
Yeah.
This is orange. So this is a trend that's happening. And why, we don't know.
Is this deer playing a trick on Michigan hunters? Now what's happening is the deer get into the bird feeder and gets kind of domesticated. And then some family that borders the wildlife preserve or the forest or whatever is like, let's put a vest on it to help protect it.
Looks good in the vest. It fits well.
Maybe people won't shoot it if it's wearing a vest.
I guess those are made for dogs.
Maybe.
How do you think the other deer feel about that? Are they jealous? Or?
It's almost like, is this deer marked to not be shot because it's more visible to bears, which might be a problem.
Now, I noticed you're drinking water today.
Yeah.
And earlier you had what looked like a soft drink.
No, that was tea.
Oh, it was tea?
Yeah.
So you were not concerned about this.
I actually, so it's so funny that because I don't use the little baggies that are plastic.
Well, let's do the headline.
Commercial tea bags release millions of microplastics entering human intestinal cells. So I knew it. Loose leaf tea. I love Taiwanese loose leaf tea. Been drinking, going hard on the loose leaf tea. I think there's a lot of microplastics in like the Keurig K-cups as well.
Oh, for sure.
But this, like some of the tea that you get is little plastic bags. Like that's what you use for steeping. And I think that's a terrible idea for a couple of reasons. One, it's the tiny little mesh. Like, how are you ever going to wash that so that it's clean for how that's made? And two, you actually get a little bit of taste from the paper, like the paper that they normally use with tea bags. You can taste the difference between the plastic and the tea and like the paper. And you should use the paper. The paper is better. But sometimes people want to use like cheap paper, or you get like cheap tea. And that's the thing. Like some of the packaged Liptons use the plastic thing. We should not use plastic for that. That's a crazy idea. Paper is so much better.
But they got the metal balls too.
Yeah,
like you could just cut that thing open.
Yeah,
or you can still probably get some.
Yeah. I don't like hot water plus this kind of plastic will release. Because the plastic is a little tacky, as it turns out. And so like when you heat it, it's gonna. Yeah, this makes perfect sense.
Microplastics and nanoplastics, and they put some chemical markers on these and tracked them after people drank the tea, and they found it not only inside the cells but inside the nucleus of the cells.
Yeah. There's no wonder everybody's getting cancer. Probably.
And finally, here's a man who really knew how to celebrate Christmas.
Man arrested for disrupting Christmas church services, pouring whiskey into holy water, deputies say. He thought he was doing something really funny.
So he went, I didn't understand this part. He went to one church and threw an onion on it, which they said disrupted services. I don't really understand why that
I think Kristen would probably know better, but I think that is a reference to Christ wearing onions on his belt as a form of like, we're gonna roll up our sleeves and get everything done.
Well, after that, he threw some tomatoes, which he had in his person, and one vegetables. Then, as he was thrown out of that church, he attended another church, and that's where he poured the whiskey in the holy water and accosted people with his whiskey.
The alcohol is involved, footnote, in the police report, not surprising.
But you gotta wonder, like, alcohol lowers your inhibitions. He already had this feeling that he needed to do this.
I think that he probably had some other issue, and this is how the issue manifests. It's like there was definitely something unrequited there. It's like, I need to make sure that these people know how upset that I am, that we're gonna, like, everybody needs to put an onion on their belt so that we can get this thing done.
Interestingly, the charges this guy was charged with, a lot of has a lot of carve-outs for specific laws. Defacing religious property, religious crime against a group, obstructing religious exercise, and disorderly conduct. So
seems a little excessive. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't charge him as a terrorist.
I mean, it was a dick move.
Yeah.
Should we tolerate that kind of behavior in our society?
Should we tolerate that kind of overcharging?
Yeah. If you stack it up against everything else we're talking about this week, maybe not that.
Yeah. Causing a public disturbance. That's reasonable. Well, Happy New Year! It's been another week. Look for the live stream if you missed it.
Which one already happened?
Yeah, it's already happened. But that doesn't matter. You can still rewatch it and engage. Thanks for hanging out.
Let's do it all again in a couple of days.
Yeah, Krista should be back next week, probably. Alright, see you later. Bye!
Hello everybody, today is December 27th, it's not quite the new year, and we're doing Robot Nonsense, well, it won't be the last time for the year, because we'll probably do a live stream right before New Year's.
The last regularly scheduled.
Last regularly scheduled.
And we have AI news, and OpenAI is bringing LLMs to literally everybody. You guys got phones, don't you? And now you can use it.
OpenAI brings ChatGPT to your landline. Just call 1-800-CHAT-GPT. No, they're not joking. And I think they did this for the lulz, just because they thought it would be fun and ironic, but actually people kind of like it because you could just call it and ask it anything, and it just does it.
It gives me, it's like the same vibe as when you used to call time and temperature at the bank.
Yeah.
Now this is limited to 15 minutes. Do you think
So Elon Musk is either desperately trying to deflect attention from all the heat he's getting from MAGA, or he's having some sort of genuine psychological breakdown. I need to show you what he's been doing. Okay, so as you all know, there's this Adrian Dittman account on Twitter. Now, Elon swears up and down it's not him. If you listen to the guy talk in Twitter Spaces. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. You go listen, you make your own mind up. I have very clear thoughts and opinions on it, but this is what Elon decided to do the other day. You ready? So, Adrian Dittman tweeted, "Imagine you're a journalist who's writing about Elon on X," and it goes, quote, "Elon Musk, aka Hekius Maximus on X," with the laughing emojis, right? Elon quote tweets Adrian Dittman and says, "This will be priceless." And so, as you can see, Elon changed his Twitter name to Kekius Maximus with this, like, Pepe the Frog meme wearing, you know, Roman soldier gear. Homie genuinely and sincerely has, like, I want to say Reddit brain, but that's unfair to Reddit and people who use Reddit. It's more like 4chan brain from 2016. We're talking about Kek. We're talking about Kek. We're going back to 2016 goofball memes that have aged like milk. What are you... Bro, he's 53 years old. Elon is 53 years old. And this is the shit he's talking about. This is what he's doing. This is how he's spending his... Don't you have like 78 companies to run? And this is what you're doing? Nah, he's not well, bro. He's either this is like the saddest attempt to just change the conversation from him stabbing MAGA in the back and stabbing the country in the back and literally firing American workers at Tesla to bring in cheap labor, foreign immigrants on the H-1Bs. Either he's just deflecting for the sake of deflecting to try to change the conversation, or he's genuinely having some sort of psychological breakdown. All right, more. This guy says, in 2016, Don Jr. was smeared by the media for sharing a Pepe the Frog meme. In 2024, Elon Musk made Pepe his profile picture. There is hope. Elon responds to this rando making this point and says, we're so back? You're so back? You're so back. Because you put a fucking cartoon meme frog that's associated with the alt-right in like 2016. You're so back for that reason? Like what? Okay, all right, we got more. Elon's retweeting this. Kekius Maximus. And it's, you know, this dude like from the movie Gladiator in the Coliseum saying, are you not entertained? Do we have any more here? Another dude tweet. Like, all, bro, all the Elon meat riders are the dumbest people in the country. I mean, we have to call it what it is, right? If you're an Elon meat rider at this point, you have the IQ of a dead goat. Like, how many red flags have to be put out there? How many dumb things does he have to do? How many fucking cons does he have to pull on the country? What happened to the Hyperloop? What happened to, I thought, oh, this is the future, and you can dig in the ground and make the tunnels. What happened to the Hyperloop? What happened? Are they active? What happened? What happened to the Hyperloop? I thought this was going to be the big thing. What happened to Elon 13 years ago saying, I'll put a man on Mars in 10 years? Are we on Mars? Are we on Mars? I'm just giving a couple examples of just a litany of outright con jobs. Okay, but no, he's still got these meat riders who, like, tell him his farts don't smell, tweeting cringe-ass shit like Kekius Maximus, and he's like... And guess what? Guess what? Oh, fuck, I forgot to pull these up, but it's alright, you can take my word for it. If you look at the replies, the right flank of MAGA, like the white nationalist MAGA types, are under there saying, yeah, this doesn't land well anymore. Like, we're not with you anymore. You sold us out. You sold the country out. Like, you just want cheap labor. You just care about your profit. So there was sort of an awakening among some factions in MAGA where they're like, oh shit, hold on. Having the world's richest man, a brazen corporate welfare queen, immigrant robber baron, run the country seems like a bad idea. Seems like maybe he's in this only for himself and his profits, and he doesn't give a shit about anybody else. You don't say. You don't say. If only the left was warning you about that from, I don't know, fucking day one. Day one. And it took what happened recently and him being cringe as shit. Again, you're 53 years old. You're 53 years old. And you're doing some 2016 alt-right Pepe cartoon frog Kekius Maximus print. Like, I'm sorry, he has permanent 14-year-old 4chan user brain. That's what he has. You're not the leader of a movement. You're not some special genius. You are some lucky asshole who managed to rise to the top in our disgusting, rigged-ass, decrepit system. I told you guys this all along, but the idea, a lot of people have this default belief that, oh, if you're a billionaire, it must be because you're smarter than everybody else. It must be because you're harder working than everybody else. I think everybody assumes that, or many people assume that to one extent or another. The only people who don't are, like, far lefties, who understand the nature of reality in this instance. Because, no, the fact of the matter is, 60% of billionaires come from extreme wealth and privilege. So the majority of the time, the idea of, excuse me, self-made mega rich person. Nonsense. Nonsense. Born into extreme wealth and privilege. Started on third base and thought they hit a triple. Born on third base, thought they hit a triple. However the saying goes, you get the point. And, I mean, look, he has done so much to single-handedly shatter the myth of the genius billionaire, right? Just like his asshole buddy Mark Andreessen and Peter Thiel. We should be thanking these guys. I should be sending them, you know, fruit baskets with a thank you card to say, you've done more for leftism in like a year or two than I've done my whole life. Because all people have to do is listen to your dumb ass on Rogan's podcast or whoever's to go, you know, he doesn't seem all that impressive. You know, he seems like he's internet brain poisoned. You know, he just screwed American workers over, but wants me to believe that he's going to be a fighter for American workers. Yeah, all these people are charlatans, man. They're frauds. They're frauds. And I got to be honest with you. Do I think he's trying to deflect attention from his scandal? Sure. But I actually think the more likely thing is he's genuinely having some sort of psychological breakdown. I do think the ketamine use, the perpetual ketamine use, has fried his brain. I think it has. And stuff like this is just such a clear example. There is 99% of 53-year-olds are with it enough, psychologically there enough to know posting cringe-ass weird shit like this as the richest man in the world is unbecoming and makes you look like a colossal idiot. Everybody seems to get that, but one man, Elon Musk. So, Donnie, I'm waiting for your breakup with him. Don't keep me waiting much longer. He's just begging for it at this point.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.
Hey bad friends, I know you're not gonna believe me, but I have a huge update for all of you. The Bad Friends Tour is finally here. We locked our dates. We're gonna be around the country, 30 cities between April and June, and we can wait to go and meet you all in person. You can get tickets tomorrow at 12 p.m. on livenation.com or clicking on the link in the description below. It's gonna be awesome, and we can wait to be on the road with all of you. And for those of you who have been asking me constantly about the course, the podcasting course that we're doing in LA, I know, I'm not responding. It's too overwhelming sometimes, but we're doing it again. I know the first one sold out super fast, and we wanted to give that experience to as many people as possible. So we're doing it again in April, and we'll do a longer one, a lab in the summer. If you are curious about it and wanna learn how to be a producer, go to 7x.net and check us out. Also, happy Monday. Enjoy the show. I'm not going to be here today, but you guys will have Carlos, and you'll learn a lot of things about Carlos, so wait until the end, and you'll thank me later. Again, enjoy the show.
You two are bad friends.
Who are these two idiots?
White dude and an Asian dude. You two are disgusting.
Well, you two are something.
We're bad friends.
The episode is off to a hot start, a lot better than the last episode with all the students. Thanks a lot, Fancy B. You're fired. Fancy B is, of course, gone because he brought in 37 people into our studio. That's about 200 square feet. So George is back in attack. George, thanks for coming here. He's backed by his trusty Mexican steed, Carlosa.
So I woke up this morning and I knew that we had a pod, and I'm super sick, and I don't know what I have. We have a COVID test going, but I had to come because Andrew's a Hollywood star. I forget, you know.
We're clear.
Here's the deal. The real dealio is this, right? I mean, let's get real.
California hospital still stressed as flu, RSV, COVID remain at its highest.
Exactly. And here's the deal. It's like, you know, sometimes, you know, you start a podcast with somebody and they're at your level, and all of a sudden, you know, you plant the seed and it turns into a star, right? And that's what we got here, baby. And let's give Andrew Sanchez a round of applause. He's gonna work nonstop from here on out, right? With his bucket. What are you doing?
I just want to put some of that in the sky.
Okay.
We're talking this way.
Yeah, I'll stop this way, right? And it's not. Why do you do that? You think it's a resentment?
I was gonna say something similar.
What? You think it's hostility coming out of mine?
Like, maybe.
I'm so sorry. I love him. No, let's be real. Let's be real for a second. As a family.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's be real. Let's be real.
All right, good news is you do not have COVID.
Thank you so much. Let's be real.
Wait. You have herpes. I got a dual test.
I've had it.
Yeah, no, I know. It just
I don't have herpes. Listen.
Ooh, had to cover it up. Had to go back on it.
Anyway, congratulations.
I think you're faking for attention because Andrew's getting a lot of attention right now.
Love Juicy so much. She's on to something.
Yeah, I get it.
I hope you are because I hate to
understand.
see you sick.
I understand everything.
Love the juice.
Did I not give you a raise today?
I love you so much, Bobby.
Yeah. It's interesting. Your boss gives you a raise and you slam him after that?
That's why you hired me. You liked it.
Yeah.
Right?
Anyway.
We do actually like it. I like it a lot.
Anywho,
I gave you the raise, by the way. Not him.
No, you did. It makes me so angry. You were gone when I gave her the raise.
She asked me, she goes, do you think it's okay if I ask Bobby about the raise? I said, of course.
No,
She goes, I want to make him feel like
when it
the
comes
raise
to any good things with our employees and stuff, I'm the guy that does it. You wreak havoc.
You spend zero amount of time on anybody but yourself, and that's a fact. You've never done anything for these guys, never.
He did another thing huge for me though.
What?
I have my first big audition coming up. Can I talk about that?
I want you to get it so bad.
I do
Defend
too.
me every once in a while when he just said that.
I just did.
Oh, thank you.
That's what I did.
This piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Idiot.
It's so when you say things, it's so it makes me so angry, and I'm so sick. I can't defend myself.
You couldn't if you weren't.
Oh my God, what is wrong with you today, dude? We are bad friends today.
Yeah, we are.
Go ahead.
Oh my God.
Go ahead. I love you. Yeah.
Juicy last night did a taping for Don't Tell Comedy that should be out soon with a bunch of our friends.
Yeah, I met Chris O'Connor for the first time.
And Joey Avery.
I love Chris.
Yeah.
I heard you did very good.
Oh, good. I kind of blacked out. I've never done a taping before, and all I could think about on stage is all the cameras.
Well, I heard that you said you blacked out. Connie told me that you said you felt like you blacked, or Joey said you felt like you blacked out during the set, but I heard you did very well. Santa Barbara, no less, a very astute place to do comedy.
Yeah, and it was
Very
cold. It was
it's a little
outside.
stuffy though, huh?
It was outside, cold. Yeah, a little stuffy.
I've never played it.
You've never been to Santa Barbara to do shows?
I've been there. I've just never done shows there.
I did a show back in the day with Theo, and somebody else years and years and years ago. And it was like a bar room. A guy used to have a bar show up there. And it was great because it was UCSB kids. But I've heard horror stories of going up there because it's, Santa Barbara's like rich, really. It's like Beverly Hills plus.
Yeah, they laugh like this.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
They laugh Japanese?
With their pinkies out.
I love when the Japanese do that.
Yeah.
And then they cover their. It's so funny. It's so funny. Can I say about the Japanese?
Please.
Or Asian? Well, they used
Love
to laugh.
Japanese,
They used
by
to
the way.
laugh with their hands over their face.
Mm-hmm.
They've had COVID the whole time.
Oh.
Is that why they do that?
Think about it. Right? Right? They've had COVID the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why it
and
never
and
spread.
you know how COVID spread? One girl forgot to do it.
Death.
Yeah.
7,000 deaths.
7,000 deaths.
Wow.
It's incredible.
I got taught about something, a good fact I learned. Google this. This is pretty insane. What is that? Can jealousy physically make you ill? According to Jonathan Devash, neuroscientist at the
Carlos.
University of Halifax.
Carlos.
The sympathetic nervous system buckles under the stress of jealousy, quickening the heart and spiking
Carlos.
blood pressure. Pretty wild.
Okay, can I say something?
I know that symptoms can be mimicked.
Okay, you know what, dude? I swear to fucking God right now, dude.
Oh.
We're on the wrong foot.
I got you to Copenhagen.
He did.
Yeah, you did. And I gave you $100 for it.
I tried to give you the 100.
I know, but I get to keep it. So my point is this, okay? My point is this. Stop this.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm gonna address it now.
I'm just trying to.
I'm gonna address it now.
Got it.
What are the 10 tips to overcome it?
Click on the link. Don't cough this way.
Cough this way.
Cough this way.
Anyway.
Cough this way.
Listen, I was jealous of you.
Why?
Let me just get this off my chest.
We don't go off of the same stuff.
Well, you're laughing. Can you not defend yourself and let me express myself? That'd be cool.
Okay, I'll wait till you're done attacking me, then I'll fucking...
I'm not attacking